The Houston Texans are back on the field for mandatory minicamp, and while the pads aren't on yet, the coaching staff is already making some bold decisions that could shift the entire outlook of the offensive line. We're seeing a heated battle for the starting right tackle spot, and one veteran is currently stealing the spotlight, forcing the team to rethink their depth chart hierarchy. Could this be the permanent solution we weren't expecting? Everything you need to know about this developing situation is coming up. Before we dive into the details, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment below. The Houston Texans are currently deep into their 3-day mandatory minicamp, a critical period where the entire roster gathers for organized practice sessions. With training camp scheduled to kick off next month, these days provide the coaching staff and the front office a vital look at the current depth chart. While the absence of full pads and live contact makes it challenging to fully project how the lineup will look when the regular season arrives, the team is already beginning to reveal which players they trust to anchor the offensive front. Standing out significantly among the veterans is offensive tackle Trent Brown, who has been handed the primary responsibilities at the right tackle position with the first-team unit. According to reports from Jonathan M. Alexander of the Houston Chronicle and confirmed by Aaron Wilson of KPRC2, Brown anchored the right side of the offensive line during both the first and second days of the camp. His ability to step into this starting role has been a focal point of the early off-season workouts. This opportunity for Brown comes largely as a result of off-season acquisition Braden Smith continuing to recover from a neck injury sustained last year. While the team remains eager to evaluate Smith given his 2-year, $20 million contract, the reality of the current practice field is that Brown has been the go-to veteran. Blake Fisher is also rotating in, but the coaching staff has consistently turned to Brown when setting the primary offensive line combinations. It is a testament to the trust the organization has in his experience as they navigate these early stages. It is officially Toro time, as the team works towards solidifying their blocking unit for the year ahead. The reliance on Trent Brown during these mandatory minicamp sessions is not just a temporary measure, but a reflection of his recent history with the team. When analyzing why this matters right now for the Houston Texans, one must look at the impact on the current depth chart and the stability of the offensive line. By giving Brown the majority of the first-team reps, the coaching staff is ensuring that they have a proven veteran option prepared to handle the right tackle spot if Braden Smith's recovery takes longer than initially anticipated heading into July. This approach provides necessary depth and security during a time when roster evaluations are paramount. Brown's performance remains under the microscope because the team needs to know exactly what they have in their swing tackle options before the intensity ramps up in training camp. The fact that Brown was re-signed this offseason to a 1-year, $7 million deal underscores that the front office clearly values his presence as a reliable, tested veteran who can perform alongside players like left tackle Arianti Ursary. Even though Smith was a high-profile signing, the organization cannot afford to have uncertainty at such a critical position. By letting Brown take the lead during these current practices, they are not only protecting their investment, but also gathering valuable data on his comfort level within the scheme. If Brown continues to show this level of consistency, he cements his status as a key piece of the offensive line puzzle, regardless of whether he eventually starts or serves as the primary backup. The team is effectively building a flexible unit where multiple players can be trusted to maintain high standards of play, regardless of injury status. Understanding the value of Trent Brown requires looking at his performance on the field during the 2025 season. Despite the well-documented injury concerns that have followed him throughout his career, Brown was an integral part of the Texans' success when he was on the field last year. The team went an impressive 8-0 in the 7 regular season games he started, plus the additional postseason appearance. That kind of statistical reliability is hard to ignore, and it provides the context for why the team was motivated to bring him back into the fold. When comparing his play to Braden Smith, PFF data provides a clear picture of what the Texans are working with. In 2025, Smith recorded an overall grade of 68.9 across 470 snaps, ranking 40th out of 89 eligible tackles. His performance as a run blocker was particularly notable, earning a 71.3 grade and a top 30 ranking among his peers. These numbers demonstrate that the team is essentially evaluating 2 capable, experienced tackles who bring different strengths to the offensive line. While the injury status of Smith has limited his ability to showcase these skills during the current minicamp, Brown has taken full advantage of the spotlight to prove he can handle the workload. For the Texans, this situation is about more than just filling a spot. it is about ensuring that the opposite side of the line from Ariante Ursary remains a position of strength. Brown has been tested, he has produced wins, and he has clearly demonstrated that he can execute the game plan when he is healthy. These factors combine to make him a foundational piece of the team's current strategy as they look toward the upcoming season. The narrative surrounding the right tackle position is clearly centered on the competition and recovery process involving Trent Brown and Braden Smith. As the team moves forward, the primary goal for the coaching staff is to identify the most efficient combination for the offensive line. With Smith still working through his neck injury, the door remains open for Brown to solidify his position as the top choice. This is a crucial phase of the offseason because it allows the staff to build chemistry among the starters before the pressure of the regular season begins. If Brown continues to demonstrate the reliability he showed last year, his role within the offense could expand beyond what many analysts initially projected. The fact that he has been the consistent starter through the first 2 days of minicamp is a significant indicator of the current pecking order. While there is a good chance that Smith will re-enter the battle for the starting job once he reaches full health, the team is currently banking on Brown to bridge the gap and provide stability. It is also important to note the presence of younger players like Blake Fisher, who is gaining valuable reps and experience in this environment. However, the contrast between the usage of Brown and the rest of the depth chart highlights where the team's immediate priorities lie. The focus remains on getting the right tackle situation sorted out to ensure that the entire unit functions as a cohesive group. By leveraging Brown's veteran experience, the Texans are mitigating risk and ensuring that even in the face of minor setbacks, they have a proven veteran capable of stepping into the breach to protect the quarterback and facilitate the running game throughout the year. Looking ahead, the situation at right tackle for the Houston Texans will continue to be one of the most monitored aspects of the remaining offseason training. While the current setup at minicamp suggests that Trent Brown has the edge, the ultimate decision on the depth chart will likely depend on the health and performance of Braden Smith as the team progresses toward training camp in July. Regardless of the final outcome, the Texans find themselves in a position of relative luxury, having two experienced players who can both competently man the right side of the line. Brown has shown in his time with the team that he can be a difference maker, and his presence on the field during the current sessions has provided a sense of continuity for the offensive line. As the team moves closer to the final 53-man roster decisions, Brown's versatility and experience make him an invaluable asset. He has essentially secured his spot on the roster and is pushing hard to ensure he remains at the top of the depth chart. If he can maintain this pace and stay healthy, the coaching staff will have a difficult, albeit positive, choice to make. The organizational focus remains on maximizing the talent available and ensuring that every player is prepared for the challenges of the season. For now, the spotlight remains firmly on Brown, whose performance under pressure continues to provide the team with the depth they need. Whether he ends up as the primary starter or in a crucial swing role, his impact during this minicamp phase has been unmistakable. The Texans are methodically working through their roster evaluations, with Brown currently playing a central, trust-filled role in the team's immediate offensive plans.